You already know what they doing. They already starting. I ain't even hit the button. They made it like the button was froze. I couldn't even get in my own live. How crazy is that? Now, Casanova, before I really even knew Cas as a rapper, I remember him about 7 years ago on Vlad. Vlad TV, 7 years ago. There he is. And he was appearing on Vlad TV, saying some of the most outrageous things, right? Casanova on stabbing 12 inmates, beating cellmates, and doing time. That's one of the titles. Casanova, 2 times on robbing people at 11. CEOs having kids fight nights. Talking about the prison system. These are some of the titles. Now, to corroborate a lot of their stories, they went to what he was saying on video. And besides that, what's made it even more interesting, this was like Casanova on becoming the biggest gangster in Flatbush. That's not going to do well for you when you go to jail and you run to people who have problems with guys in Flatbush. Or you run into somebody from Flatbush who said, you ain't running nothing in Flatbush like that. It turns into a situation I'm serious. Casanova, Don't Run is based on real robbery, saving ASAP. This is what he did like 7 years ago. And it's on Vlad. This is the title. Casanova didn't make that title. Vlad did. Cas didn't make that title. Vlad did. It's based on a real robbery. Don't Run is based on a real robbery. That's in the title. You know who this title is for? Not for the viewer. This is for the feds. Based on a real robbery. So now the feds know, go listen to Don't Run because it's based on a real robbery. Saving someone's life. Vlad did that. Now, this goes beyond asking questions. Remember when Benny was on there? Benny the Butcher? Benny says, why are you talking to rappers about illegal activity? That's what's on his mind. That's what Benny want to know. Of course he told on himself. He wants to be famous. So he's telling all this stuff like he can't go to jail. Benny want to know, why are you asking these type of questions about illegal activity? One guy can't wait, can't stop talking. This guy want to know why you asking those questions. You see the difference? One guy's in the feds doing 16 years, another guy's free living his life. Now, I always say, I blame the person that answers the questions. But I would have been saying, hey, dog, there's something wrong with that title. You know, that title is a little out there. A lot of these dudes ain't moving right. It's a lot of them, dog. It's a lot of them. Let me explain something to you. This dude talking about Ricos. Cass was on there talking about Rico cases. Remember he was up there with Charlamagne on the Breakfast Club? And he was talking about the Rico. And he was basically boasting because he didn't think he would ever get wrapped in something like that. All that talking, all that information, talking about some don't get tricked. Meek and all these other people, Tata, you know, they mad. People be hitting me up. You know, everybody used to hit me up like for cash and all that, trying to play victim. You know, you rolling around with a gun. You signed the Rock Nation. You hoodied it up. You ready to lose it all for somebody that really doesn't matter. That really is not who they say they are. But the world is jacking it because he's trolling you. Yeah, don't want to fall back on that. Jacking it. It never got back. Can't Google someone about 6ix9ine on Instagram, and I think where I was and all that stuff, losing, trolling with him. But long story short, I'm just so lucky I dodged the bullet. And now I just don't give a F. It's like turning music off. Telling him or me, because me, I feel like I don't know nobody. I ain't talking like that. I'm talking about all these rappers and fake gangsters, man. You go to the feds for Rico and they offer you 20 years and you're a millionaire, you're telling. That's what he said. And we all remember that, right? We all remember that. Mm-hmm. How much of it is the fault of Vlad? No. What does this have to offer? Like, what does it really mean? Why is it so bleak? Why is it like a ticker tape parade? I don't like the way people are coming out saying this the way they are. The person's gonna be whatever they're gonna be. People fall in love. It's the vanity of it. What's up, Guru? You see, this is what I was talking about before. See, what they do all the time is the same element that they do prior then. You see, Vlad TV provides a platform. And this is why I don't blame Vlad. You know what Vlad is already. You go up there, he asks these questions, you answer them in the way that you do. I can't blame Vlad. If Vlad makes the title the way he did, I can't I can't really get mad at you. You know, this is why this is why I look at it and say it the way I do. I can't really get mad at Vlad. I can't get mad at Vlad because the situation is you answered these questions. And Cass was so arrogant. He was so boastful. He was, oh, that's behind me now. I ain't got to worry about nothing. And now he's got 16 years to do. Benny the Butcher came out and asked the question of why are you asking these people this question? Do I respect anything Vlad do? Nope, not really. I don't respect it because he exploits our culture. He exploits our nature as people, as saying that we are, against anything that it's just, to me, it's different. When Vlad does something, you know what he is already before you go up there. You want to use his platform because he gets a lot of views and he has a large platform. So you want to use your platform to go do whatever, right? You want to boost yourself up. You want to get to the next level. That's your goal. That's the core. Like That's the direction. So people they gonna keep running up there. Now, what you faced with because of that is the grim reality that comes along with being gang gang. Now it's reports that Cass got stabbed in the face for wanting out of the gang that he was a part of. That he told the judge he denounced the gang and he ain't, ganged up no more. Now, the feds watch all of it. They watch all of this, man. Nobody gets away. Vlad, why do y'all blame him? Okay. I don't know what is the issue, but to me, it blows my mind when I see all of these people like jump just on Vlad and don't give any smoke to the people that actually says the stupid shit that they say and answer these questions and incriminate themselves. If you're going to incriminate yourself, then, you know, what are you going to do? You're incriminating yourself. I have a whole different take on issues. I have a large take on everything. I give people their proper blame for things that's going wrong or that went wrong. I said, hey, you didn't do that. You did your part. They did their part. Now, Casanova's doing 16 years in the pen based on things he was linked into in a RICO. And he got charged. He got roped up in it. Did he admit some of this stuff on Vlad? I believe so. They did use video to corroborate some of the things of the crimes he was being accused of. And he volunteered a lot of this information on social media and other people's platforms. Now, why would they keep asking him these type of questions? It don't make sense. Y'all say Charleston White, I don't even know if he was on Vlad. He probably been on Vlad before. I don't know. I don't really follow that guy. To me, but that dude don't do crimes. That dude basically runs around, does and says the most outrageous things, pretends to be a comedian, and says these are just jokes and all of this stuff. And then, but he actually does stuff in the community But it's like if you're doing all of that just to turn around and berate people and just be completely disrespectful, just beyond over the line, talking about dead people, everybody need to die and waving guns, and then say, hey, I bought some kids a book bag. Now you're being condescending. So it's not coming from a good place. So I wouldn't even want that kind of help. When reparations come, you wouldn't want it. Believe me. You wouldn't want those reparations. Because the reparations, if they start handing it out and then you can't prove any of your ancestors was involved in slavery, you're going to be like, what? Well, where's your proof that they were in slavery around this time to this time? They're going to disqualify a lot of black people and say, nope, well, you can't prove that. So how can you prove it? Keep going back. Didn't try to give you a lowball price. Bro, let me tell you something. They're not finna give you anything. You're not. When you get the money, let me know. When you get the reparations money, let me know. Do you know Chicago over here, Evanston was the first place to do the reparations, what, a year ago? That's exactly what they did. So, believe me, they're going to find a way to disprove a lot of you. Then imagine you black and you ain't get it and somebody else black got it. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Man, y'all believe that if you want to. I'm I'm chilling. No, I've seen it already. That's what I'm saying. I would not go on Vlad TV for nothing. I don't care what I had coming out. I don't care what book. If I gotta go on Vlad TV, if I had to go on Vlad TV to promote it, it's already bad. I know what Vlad is. So I'm not gonna go on that platform. I'm not a criminal. I haven't done anything wrong, but I wouldn't want to be on this program because he's only want to ask me things that are going to be criminal related or like I heard you. I went and studied your program and I see that you got Right. He'd be like, I see you got hood stories. And there's one particular hood story where this guy did this and he did that. I mean, yeah, that was incredible. Must have been bad for him. So how do you know this story? It's just in a book of fairy tales. you know, I, I'm not giving that guy anything. Like you gotta understand, you can't. Even these cases is dead and gone and over with. I'm not finna wave anything in there. Why do you think my hood stories have never turned up until a knock on my door from the feds? Do you know why? Because they can't fix any of this story together. They don't know how. In the stories, I've changed locations, I've changed places, changed names. They don't know any of that. So if it sounds familiar, that's fine, but they can't prove it because this says nothing about that. It's just a similar situation with a whole different cast of people in a whole different facility. And if they check it out to see if it happened there, they'd be like, well, that never happened at that place. Because I'm always thinking ahead. I'm always one step ahead. Now, if we do say it, it's because it's a closed case. The whole thing's been resolved already. And 9 times out of 10, most of these cases are people are deceased that was in it. So we still use different names, you know? Yeah, well, we spoke on tax before. This is what I'm talking about. Like Soldier Boy said, if you go on Vlad, you talking to him, you going to jail. That's just to most of these rappers who's doing this, 9 times out of 10, you're going to jail. Absolutely. Vlad would get no play. So I wouldn't even be around Vlad at all. But anyway, let me get up out of here. It's your boy Carson, man. I'm holler at you. I just wanted to give y'all that nugget and say, you see? See? It is what it is.